point. If you want to sign up, like, yeah, always.
Some words from Marcina, extraordinaire stretch. One of the finest to do it with those characters for sure.
For reals.
I'd be terrified to play you, man. Martha's scary now. That's what I was talking about during your set. I played Kill a Kel a lot, like up north, and I know what that character can do. Some evil stuff. Now Martha's a good boy. Yeah. Yes, indeed. No Marth on the screen this time around, though. Instead, we got Egypt's Eye himself. We got Pharaoh going up against Jakal right here. Two of Tri-State's, or Jersey, specifically, I should say, finest out here on Final Destination.
I'm glad you made the distinction. Someone was talking about that in Shine, like, oh, like, X amount was Tri-State. And I'm like, yo, X amount was New Jersey.
Yeah. Jersey, baby.
Anyways.
Best Taylor ham, egg, and cheeses on the damn planet.
As you can see here, Pharaoh's very capable of making things a little tough for Jakal, especially on any given day here. But Jakal is going to firmly just go ahead and take the early lead of this set because he can do that. You know what I mean? And then he can mount the damage on, potentially go up even further here. But Pharaoh does have what it takes.
Yeah, he does. If there's anybody in this venue besides, like, you know, like Rivers, that is I feel like the most capable of potentially taking a set off him. I mean, there's arguments to be made that it could be Pharaoh. I'm not sure. Has Pharaoh ever beaten him before?
I was saying that before a set. I'm not entirely sure. I want to say he has, but I'd have to look that one up.
Yeah, I will fully admit right now on the stream, I do not know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Either way, I think like what we said earlier too is, yeah, that was.
Did you see
I sure did.
that?
Yeah, the set count is definitely in Jakal's favor for stuff like that. But here we go. Pharaoh getting on the board. That's something.
Z-axis.
Yeah.
Oh, it exists. It's so real. That was the most unfortunate F tilt I've seen in so long.
The Z-axis is real.
The Z-axis is real.
All right.
Let's take us back to Yoshi's Island right now. Holy moly. And that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. That's a good thing, man. When your hitboxes are strong enough to contest Yoshi at a disadvantage like that, when you have the patience and know-how to know what will beat out the heavy armor of his double jump armor as well. And Wolf still got those hitboxes,
yeah,
man.
He does.
You're not used to having hitboxes like that on a character with the mobility and airspeed that he has, which is part of what makes him the outlier, baby.
Goodness gracious.
The back air.
Well.
God, that doesn't look anything like Sonic.
No, it does not look like Sonic. So there we go. Game 1. And I will remind everyone, winner semis, all top 8 here, best of 5. So Pharaoh does have some time to collect himself, see what he can't do, what he can do. But Pharaoh's a gamer, though, man. He does actually, as far as like these platinum stars go and the regulars, and like he does play. These guys play a lot, by the way, during the weekly.
Yeah.
He's got what it takes. I mean, Pharaoh gets, as far as like the pool of platinum star players go, like he's pretty consistently up there, whether it be, you know, top 3, top 4, whatever it may be. You have the difficult time with Jakal, but pretty capable of taking pretty much anyone here, including Jakal.
Yeah, he got seventh, I believe, on the PR for a reason, right?
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah. He's a very good player. And Yoshi is tough to deal with. Can be tough to deal with.
Yeah, this character's good, man. Don't get it twisted. The fact that they decided to give Yoshi Olimar combos in this game,
he's very unique.
Kind of nuts.
You know what I mean? Like, just not everyone has the stuff Yoshi has.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, Yoshi's got the frame 3 nair out of shield for sure.
All of that armor with the
best
jumps.
airspeed in the entire game. Better than Puffs. Fun fact for you all right there.
Up air combos to up air. Like
yeah, F tilt also combos into it.
So the stuff like that.
Up tilt, up air is a kill confirm.
You can make you into an egg.
Up smash goes through the platforms on Battlefield, which is another one. They gave like Fox up smash in this game, you know what I mean? The quick one. The character's just sauce. He just has sauce.
Yeah, he does. I mean, the up smash was on the other end of the sticks this time around, but whoa! There we go.
Yeah, the drag downs with the back air as well. The fact that that can confirm into the F smash like that, that's another wild thing. And the amount of damage it does as well, the scooping stuff. Yoshi is just better in this game than I believe he's ever been.
I think so. This is probably his best form, I'd say.
Except maybe, arguably, Smash 64, but not really with how like better the characters are above him.
Or if you're Amsa in Melee.
Or you're, yeah, but
specifically.
He has to work so hard.
He does. He does it, though.
Yeah, he does it.
He does it.
What an absolute legend. Ain't no red Yoshi on screen, though. It's the green one, which is not the normal purple that we get. He usually switches to the green one when he's losing. I've noticed that.
That's interesting. It's funny you mentioned that because I watch a lot of Pharaoh, and it's like I guess I just never really noticed it.
He switches to the yarn one, or like the felt one specifically.
The crafted one.
Yeah, the one that looks kind of sick.
Some kind of like dinosaur skin condition.
Oh yeah, is that what killed off the dinosaurs?
Maybe, dude.
Probably.
The meteor didn't hit everyone. It was like the equivalent of radiation poisoning, but meteor. Anyways.
I think we're learning right now that the wolves are what killed off the dinosaurs instead.
For real.
Jakal's
looking for another one of those up smashes. Why not? I feel like,
Woo!
oh my god, another one of those.
Almost killed. Maximum rage, my friend.
That was pretty brave. He could have gotten spiked there. And I like this fearless Pharaoh we're seeing, dude. That was just like contest him off stage despite possibly being able to die, and then lands on stage and just kills him.
Still confirmed with
good.
the rage, dude.
Yeah.
Man.
Looking good.
Slowly but surely bringing the damage back, man. I love the way that he's playing around it. Now we got Jakal on the other end of the stick right now, both metaphorically and literally. But the back air going to do it. Dead even game this time around. I love how he uses that as an approach.
The complexion of any game you see Jakal in, it changes at a moment's notice. He has probably the most volatile game style, I feel like, because he's very good at playing patient, but his advantage state is so godlike where you'll see him not do much or just kind of defend himself for a couple minutes, and suddenly stock disappears on the other end.
He's got a little bit of that tweak factor in him where he can play with such a level of aggression when he has to, and the way he's able to do that is because he knows exactly when to bob and weave back out on reaction.
He's got such a good command on Wolf.
Exactly, and he's playing a character with the mobility that's good enough that gives him the options to really do that, which is, as a former Sonic main, something that he certainly will not take for granted and has not been taken for granted in his tenure as a Smash Brothers competitor for sure. But if there's anything he shouldn't be taking for granted right now, it's Wolf's kill power. He needs to close this stock right now if he wants a chance at being able to win this.
It's coming as a back air. You see it.
Oh God! Wow. No tech. That's it.
All right. Well, there you go. Pharaoh taking game 2. Well played. That was a very close game, and honestly, he played back from that. So that's a dub.
Dude, I love that. This has nothing to do with anything, but I love the beard that Pharaoh has too. It reminds me of myself when I was his age.
Where it's still kind of grown in.
He's got the perfect amount of James Franco facial hair on his face. You know what I mean?
I actually really like Pharaoh's hat a lot.
Yeah, no, dude, Pharaoh's got drip.
Yeah, Pharaoh does have drip. You're right.
Contrary to his character, who literally doesn't really wear
clothes.
We
really got to go there. Come on.
No. I was talking about because Yoshi doesn't wear clothes.
What's that thing?
I was not making a comment on
I have a question. Is the thing on his back, does that count? Is that like a shell? Is that a dinosaur shell?
We're talking about the Mario lore. Yoshi was originally supposed to be a Koopa when they created him.
Wow.
And the shell was, the saddle was originally a shell. Then they decided to make him a dinosaur because they thought making him a Koopa would be too generic. So the saddle, I believe, is part of his body as well as his shoes.
Crazy.
And that is what I was making a comment about. I was not making a comment on the easiness of his character.
This breed of dinosaur was literally made to just have Italian plumber on him.
Yeah, it's like, it sucks. It's like part of his destiny to just get dropped into holes, which is ironically, the reason I say it's part of his destiny is because that's ironically one of the best ways to edgeguard Yoshi. If you're able to actually footstool this character off the level and he has no double jump, he kind of just dies.
Dude, these guys are crazy. There was several times there where someone should have died, and yet they're both here still. But
yeah. Charlie Brown, Haagen-Dazs.
Honestly, Jakal just needs to sneeze on Pharaoh at the moment. Actually, I hope he doesn't do that.
Well, the thing is, as far as sneezing on him, this is where it gets a little difficult because Wolf is really good at getting that back air out of jumps and spacing it by the ledge and stuff. In neutral, when you're dealing with a character with the best air speed in the game, not always the easiest hitbox to land. Now he just has to sneeze on him. For sure, because he's at 185.
Here we go here, and
Achoo!
Yeah, there it is. God bless you. Sometimes that back throw looks like he's not going to kill, but that time he's pretty dead.
Yeah.
Pretty dead dino.
Yeah, I don't care how heavy you are. That's going to kill you at that percentage. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Good damage, waiting this time around, and also even waiting for the spot dodge on top of that.
James is saying hi to you through the
I see exactly what he's doing in the corner of my eye. It's all good. Oh, shit!
Oh, my God.
That was great. Are you lit by Marcus? We love you. I do. Don't tell me how I feel. Oh, I feel good about these combos, though. The F tilt into the double up air. Again, Olimar combos.
Yeah.
They gave Yoshi Olimar combos. What were they thinking?
He was looking for a roll in there. Pharaoh's playing really solid.
Well, Danny DeVito, egg.
Jakal's always playing solid. I think that's a given.
Yeah, for the most part.
Here we go. This is a very close Game 3. So, again, this is best of 5, so yikes.
He died there for trying to low-profile Jakal's laser by crouching. Either he knows something we don't, or he doesn't know it either, and he just decided to try it.
I don't know. You learn something new all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just trying it.
I know in Melee, Yoshi's wave dash tilts his head into the Z-axis, so he actually can dodge Falco's lasers by just wave dashing below them. It's pretty crazy.
All right. So it does look like
Good
Jakal
trade.
now has pretty good firm control over this game. And
Not a good
that was
trade.
a misinput. I hate to say this, but sometimes you just kind of see that happen to Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Tech is tough sometimes when you're in like a situation like that where, you know.
And Pharaoh's a grinder,
Yeah.
man. He goes for the tech. You know, if slingshot comes out, you know he's on it.
Yeah.
You know, momentum cancel stuff, you know he's doing it.
Yeah.
Reverse aerial rush stuff, you already know he's on par for that, my friend.
Well,
Which one now? Back to purple.
there's the purple. He's having a good set at the moment. That's just a little misinput. Very capable of pushing this to a game 5.
That he is, my
Just
friend.
as much as Jakal is pretty capable of making this quick work, but we'll see what happens. He's gonna definitely have to work for it apparently, because Pharaoh's not gonna let up that easy.
I love how the low percent, because of how fast of a faller Wolf is, like even though like the damage doesn't look true because he's dead in 0, he can still frame trap him after the second up tilt. That's really, really good. You know, that's good knowledge to have, because he also decided to just wait to see what he was going to do, and I think Jakal air dodged, so he just sort of waited for the air dodge, kept him in disadvantage. That's so important. That's like Fundy's 101 of keeping players in disadvantage. Do you know how to wait for air dodges?
Dude, he keeps getting him in that position off the ledge, like where he's like almost looks dead. Jakal, of course, the professional he is, very good at saving his resources, and wow, just narrowly surviving right there. That was
Wow. I was going to say, that was really good mash-out timing out of the egg.
yeah, almost turning the tides completely with it. But instead, now they're both just bleeding heavily.
Oh, a couple pot shots out here.
Oh, wow, that was
wow.
quite the interaction. I was not expecting that as a result, but if you're Pharaoh, you're pretty happy about it.
Facing left, too, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah, I think that hitbox starts from the back, like sort of like Bowser forward air syndrome, you know? The coverage is amazing, too. Yoshi's tail, I mean, it doesn't have, like, you know, like the sort of like, hitbox properties that, like, a literal sword would have on, like, sword characters. But as far as the range goes, it's basically a sword. Like,
Yeah.
it's got, like, full crescent hitboxes on up tilt, F tilt.
Certainly hits like one.
Up air on top of that. Hits like one, like you said, my friend.
That's
Very,
all
very
that
good
matters.
stuff. Oh, you see that the dash attack actually stuffing out the heavy armor for a second. Really good on Pharaoh that he was prepared for that. In there. Catching him right out.
Yeah, some Yoshi combos, and this is an opportunity for Pharaoh to really go up big.
The dash attack hit him with his own Charlie Brown real quick. Waiting because he knew the Nair was too obvious right there. Going for a burst option down B. Not falling for it is Jakal, who's definitely looking like it is his game to try to win right now. He's fallen from behind. Charlie Brown going to do it, though. Even it out with about an 82% differential.
Yeah, I mean, very good. What's the term? Extra credit, right? So
Yeah.
Pharaoh's got a ton of that.
Yeah, Jakal's definitely in boating school, right? Or Pharaoh's definitely in boating school right now.
Exactly. So let's see what he's able to do with it, though, because like we mentioned a couple games ago, the kind of the pace in which Jakal's able to pick things up when he's in advantage is kind of like unlike any other I've seen, at least.
And these trades that we are getting from Pharaoh constantly with the up air are so good. They just wind up being in his favor every time.
They're definitely, I'm going to go ahead and say they're definitely calculated. This guy plays enough Yoshi to know like what's going to trade with what.
Yeah, it's definitely not like your typical like 2-and-2 or masher Yoshi.
Yeah.
Like this guy like knows what works and
Yeah,
when it works.
those I'm pretty sure those are on purpose. But here we go. Another one of these situations here, but this time is able to take a stock with it. Jakal's been able to get away with dealing with that Nair off stage a couple times and finally got him with it.
I actually don't think that F tilt was supposed to be an F tilt. I think he wanted to run off in Pharaoh.
Possible.
Yeah, but like sometimes, like, you know, with the macros in this game, like sometimes the hitbox attack can come out before the movement,
Definitely.
even though it feels like it doesn't. I know that's how it works with sticky platforms in this game for sure. Although these players know how to work around stuff like that, and they certainly know how to work around each other, as Pharaoh is showcasing. But slowly but surely, as we've been talking about Pharaoh this much, Jakal actually brought this back to winning in his favor right now. Just as I say that, the percentage turns once again. Down air coverage on the platform. Going to whiff as Jakal's going to hold that shield. 2 hits to get it right back into his favor. Forward smash, though. Oh, my God. Hits him with the Kano fatality.
You know what? Good games, though, honestly. I mean, that was, for all intents and purposes, like, you know, I know it was a 3-1. But, like, you know, those are good games coming out from Pharaoh.
Yeah. That it was, my friend. Honestly. Showcasing, like, hey, I know how to trade with Wolf.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he plays Jakal a ton, like, at the weekly, you know, and he's, you know, you learn through that kind of thing. Especially, you're a smart player like Pharaoh, so
Yeah.
you start making the progress.